Welcome, future innovators. Today, we are going to unlock a treasure for final year project ideas for the engineering students. I think this will be a very secret weapon for all of the students who are watching this video because in this video, we are going to talk all about different project ideas that you can implement whether you are in your final year or you are right from your first year. I'll tell you one thing. Final projects are being treated as hurdles for many kind of students, but I am sure like some kind of students would feel like, yeah, this is a breakthrough which can help them also move forward in their career. Have you ever spent sleepless nights wondering, what if my project could really set me apart? Don't worry, you are not alone. Very many people are there with you. Imagine your project is a toolbox. Each idea is a unique tool that can solve real problems and also showcase your skills. What if your final year project not only impressed your professors but also caught the ideas of the future employers? But before we jump in, let me just remind you one thing. Many of the people would assume that their final year projects is just an academic core, but believe me, it's a chance that you can actually innovate, experiment, and even disrupt the industry. In this video, I have created a different domains projects and I have divided them into three categories. First will be the beginner friendly for the first year students. Second will be the intermediate for the second and third year students. And then will be the advanced one for the final year students. Okay, so let's start with it. The first one that we have here is the data analytics part. The domain which we'll be covering is the data analytics. Let's go over from the beginner friendly projects. The first that you can use is a sales data dashboard. Basically, a simple yet powerful tool to track trends. Now, this can be used for any of the product that you are liking, or let's say you are working in a startup. So you can use that to track the trends, like which kind of product is being used more and what kind of trend is currently in use. The second project that you can have is customer segmentation using k-means clustering, basically dividing your audience into meaningful groups so that you understand that this is the kind of target audience that your product or yeah, that your service, let's say your YouTube channel has. So you can more create more videos, or you can create your product or enhance your product based on the customers that you have segmented. Next is movie rating and review analysis. Basically turn opinions into insights. Basically, let's say if you are going to a TMDB or IMDB website to just see how the movie ratings are and how the reviews are. So based on that, you can actually create an analysis of what kind of movies are liked most by the people, what kind of genre are liked most by the people, or what kind of stories do people really need to watch. So this is for the beginners, for the first, second year students who want to start with the projects on data analytics. Next, we have the intermediate part for the second, mid-second or third year students. First would be the social media sentiment analysis. Understand the public mood in real time. Today, nowadays, we are seeing that social media is getting a lot worse than it was earlier. And there are a lot of things which are not to be shown on the social media but are actually existing. So you can use this particular tool to see the public mood in real time. And as a creator as well, you can also cater the audience based on their sentiments or the sentiments that you kind of collect. The next one is predictive analysis for e-commerce sales. Forecast trends to drive business decisions. Meaning, if you are creating an e-commerce website and you are into sales, or you have to see what product is getting sold more. So you can always have a predictive analysis. Let's say in this particular month, the product has been sold 2 times or 20 times more than the last one. The sales have been 20 times more than the last one. So based on that, you can actually have a predictive analysis on which kind of product can you keep a sale on at which time of the year. And based on that, you can also plan your business. The next is fraud detection in financial transaction. This is a very important and a very secure project. And if it's like you can, if you implement it very well, then it can be a great one. Here, what you do is identify anomalies with machine learning to see what are the kind of fraud detections that are really happening, and then kind of help the banks or help any kind of, let's say you're working in the company to make it more secure. The next is the advanced part for the final year students. Yes, first is a real-time data analytics with Apache Spark, meaning processing massive data sets instantly. Because nowadays, what happens is there are a lot of data sets which are really very massive, and to process them and to work on those kind of data sets is actually a very tedious task, and it's actually a very time-consuming task. So that you can use Apache Spark to kind of process all the massive data sets like instantly. The next one is automated data pipeline with ETL tools. Here you can seamlessly integrate diverse data sources so that you can, let's say you are creating a project wherein you want to get data from various different tech news channels. So here what you can do is create an pipeline to integrate data from various different sources that are available on the internet. Next we have an AI powered business intelligence dashboard. Here you can deliver dynamic insights powered by AI. What happens here, like business owners do not have that much amount of time to go to the websites and read the long blogs and newspapers. What you can do here is add AI to it, add business intelligence to it, and to get a dynamic data to the business owner so that yeah, this is what the business is doing or this is what the current business news is, and it can also help them in their business. So this was about the first topic, which is data analytics. The second one that we have here is cloud computing. Cloud computing is one of the big industries that is currently like not seen upon the most, but I think at the next couple of years it would be one of the greatest industries with AI. So let's talk about some projects in that. The first would be a beginner friendly project where you can create basically a cloud based file storage system like Google Drive. Like you can say build your own digital locker. What you can do here is basically integrate any kind of cloud platforms to your website so that when you kind of upload any kind of image or upload any kind of a document, it will directly get stored into it. So this could be a personalized digital locker for you guys. The next would be hosting a website on AWS, GCP, Azure. This is basically a very important thing for any kind of a student, because when you are creating a project is very it's very important to kind of deploy your project, because that's when you learn how deployment works. And many a times the things that happen here is you are creating a project on your local host. Okay, the project is running very fine, the project is running super smooth, but when you kind of turn to into deployment and when you want to send it to the customers, it becomes a very tedious task and it becomes a very difficult task to make the project worthy of hosting. So that's a very important thing. So basically, it's not about hosting a very complex site. You can always host your portfolio on AWS, GCP, and Azure. It's just that you can actually learn the cloud deployment basics that is very much needed at this point of time. The next is cloud-based chat application. Create a real-time messaging platform just to understand how Socket works. Okay, many a times when you are doing an internship or when you are doing any kind of job, sometimes it happens that you will come across creating a chat application. But here, what happens is if you have the knowledge of how the socket works, how you can create a cloud-based chat application, that could be a very big advantage for you guys. Next comes to the intermediate level. Here we have the serverless web application using AWS Lambda. Here, what we do is embrace the future of backend computing. So what we usually do is create backend and then run it on our PC on our own. But what if you can actually learn the backend computing on your cloud? This is something very interesting, and this is something what I personally look forward a lot to kind of create projects on. So this would be a very good project that you can start with. Next would be auto scaling and balancing, load balancing web app. Keep your site running smoothly under pressure. Now, I'll just tell you with an example. Have you ever come across Hotstar, which is now Geo Hotstar? But have you seen, like, during the IPL times, Indian Premier League, the cricket times, or during the World Cup times, if you see on the top right corner, you see that there are 6.10 or 6.5 crores or 10 crores people watching that particular match live. And how come Hotstar or any other platform gives us that kind of streaming in the HD quality or in the 4K quality so seamlessly? Have you ever wondered that? That's because of something called load balancing and auto scaling. So this is one thing that can, like, literally blow your mind if you get into this kind of topics, and also help your sites run very smoothly. Because at the end, when you kind of scale your projects or when you kind of scale your business, this kind of things are very important, so that many users can constant or many users can simultaneously use your sites and it does not even crash down. Okay. The next one is cloud-based IoT device management. Connect and manage smart devices with ease. Sorry, not ease. Now, a simple example is that if you are having Google, okay, Google products, like let's say you are having any kind of Google Home, or if you are having Amazon Alexa, or if you are having something, any kind of smart appliance, what you do is if you tell, like, yeah, hey, turn this on, turn this off, you can directly, like, control all your IoT device management via cloud. So this is what you can do, like controlling many devices simultaneously on a cloud. The next one are the advanced topics. First would be a multi-cloud deployment with Kubernetes. You have to here master the orchestration across the platforms. Meaning you can deploy multi-cloud deployments or multi-cloud applications using Kubernetes. Kubernetes is one of the best tools that you can use for learning cloud computing. The next is cloud security and intrusion detection system. Here you have to safeguard your digital assets. Like, basically, you can say the first project that you created was a storage platform, correct? File storage system, and it's like adding an extra layer of security to that, so that you can protect your assets. You can protect your own digilocker. This one could be a very good project that you can use. Next is a real-time video processing on the cloud, harnessing cloud power for live streaming analytics. Now, here, if you go on YouTube, if you see, like, the person who is hosting the live can also see your comments on real time, and you can see what they are telling to you or what they are communicating to you in real time. So this is how real-time video processing works on cloud, and you can actually learn how real-time processing works on cloud, so that you can also create your own YouTube sometimes. Next domain that we have is blockchain. I really look forward to this particular domain because it's very interesting domain, and there is a lot of things to learn upon in blockchain. So let's go over to the projects. The first would be a beginner-friendly projects, where you can obviously implement a very simple blockchain and to understand how the fundamental of decentralized ledgers work, because these fundamentals will internally then help you create very big projects. Next would be a decentralized to-do list using Ethereum. It's just that here in the beginner friendly projects, what I have tried to do is to help you master the fundamentals. Because once you master the fundamentals, then only you can actually build scalable projects, or you can actually build complex projects. So here we have a decentralized to-do list using Ethereum to manage the task on a blockchain. Then would be a smart contract voting system, revolutionize how decisions are made. I know many people would be thinking, oh, this kind of projects are all what we are already making in our college time. But mind me, if you understand how the fundamentals and the basics of these kind of systems work, you will be very different from what the crowd is actually doing. Okay. Next would be the intermediate level. Here you can create a blockchain-based digital identity system to securely manage different kind of identities. Next, secure file sharing using blockchain, protect your data with decentralization. Now, in this project, it's very interesting. Like, when you kind of share the files using Google Drive, it's sometimes that you have the kind of storage that you want, but somewhere or the other, Google kind of has the access of what your drives or what your files are stored in that Google Drive. Now, if you want to make it more secure, what you can do is create your own secure file sharing platform where you can use blockchain so that your file is only yours and their files is only theirs. Next would be a digital marketplace with smart contracts to create a trustless e-commerce, not e-commerce, commerce platform. Like we have e-commerce platform for different kind of products. Here you can do what you can do is create a marketplace for the smart contracts using blockchain. Sounds interesting, right? Next, we have the advanced projects where we can create an NFT marketplace development, dive into the booming world of digital art. We can create a marketplace where different people from different areas of the world can have their own NFTs, where they can also deploy their NFTs on your marketplace so that the other user can kind of purchase it or can see what their NFT looks like. Next, blockchain-based supply chain management, wherein you can enhance the transparency and efficiency in the supply chain management. Next, we have a crypto trading bot with blockchain analytics. Here, you can combine AI and blockchain for smart trading, meaning based on the analytics of the last trade that you made, AI can suggest you what kind of trades you can make on the current blockchain. The next domain is personally my favorite. This is the domain that I really look forward, and this is the domain I like the most. This is the full stack development. For the beginner friendly, I would really tell right when you're in the first year, you should always create your own personalized portfolio wherein you can showcase your skills along with a custom website. Okay, so this is what will help you enhance your HTML, CSS, JavaScript skills, and then you can move forward with React, Next.js, and all the different kind of frameworks that you like. Next would be a to-do list application with the backend integration to understand how the backend works, how you can actually create APIs and store your data in the database. Next, a blog website with CRUD application so that you can understand how you can get all the blogs. You can get the blog via ID, and when you click on a particular blog, it can redirect you to the details of that particular blog. You can also implement an authentication system where you can see all the users that have published their blogs in your blogging platform. The next would be intermediate level, where you can basically create an e-commerce website wherein you can understand how the payment gateway works, how you can add the data into your cart, or how your confirmation mail should be sent, how webhooks particularly work. I'm not telling you have to create an Amazon clone, how the same way Amazon looks like, but the important thing is to understand how the working of an e-commerce platform is. Okay. The next would be a social media web app to connect different people to digital interactions. Here, what you can do is integrate a file storage system wherein users are uploading their photos into a cloud-based platform like Cloudinary or ImageKit, and then get the data. And you can also add React Redux to kind of calculate the number of likes, number of comments. Your user can share their post with other users, just like a social media that we have today, but your own personalized social media. Next, a project management tool like Trello. You can organize a task with an intuitive design. It's like these kind of tools are actually kind of paid when you want to look for your own projects when you're in your college. Why to go for different paid platforms where you can only create your own platform? So this is one such project management tool that you can make. Along with that, you can also go for a job portal with search and filter to create a marketplace for opportunities wherein users can have the job givers profile and job seekers profile. Okay, so that it's just like a website called Internshala. You can also look into it and understand how that kind of flow is, so that you can create a job portal for your own college or own, let's say, own startup or own company, anything like that. The next is the advanced projects. First would be a SaaS-based CRM, customer relationship management system, to develop a scalable customer management system. I don't think here I can explain more things. It's like self-explanatory. The second would be an AI-powered chatbot integration in web apps, bringing intelligence to your applications. Now, this is the one most important thing I would like to say. Anything that you are doing at this point of time must include AI somewhere or the other, because this is the time where AI is going crazy. It's like every week, every day there are new updates in the AI industry, and you have to be, kind of updated with what the things are. So here what you can do is integrate a AI powered chatbot in your own website. Let's say if you are building a portfolio, you can integrate AI chatbot into your portfolio so that AI can chat with what your portfolio has. Okay. Next would be real-time collaborative document editing, wherein you can enable seamless teamwork online, just like Google Docs. But here, to understand how collaborating with teams works, how you can actually create the logic for collaborating with other people, and how different libraries you can use to, kind of collaborate. The next topic or the next domain we have is UI UX designing. I think people would be like, bro, how did you come with UI UX designing? Because in the college, if we see, there are a lot of things that are being not talked around the UI UX part. So let's talk something. First would be the beginner friendly, where you can create a landing page, like to understand how the user experience or user interface for a landing page should look like, because landing page for any kind of projects are one of the most important things that can get the user's attention or user's retention into your business or into your website. The next would be building a UI kit for a web app. Now, this comes when you kind of want to get into freelancing. Okay, when you are getting into freelancing, you have to give a kit for the web app that you are creating to the client so that he can understand, yeah, this is what this color website would look like. This is the modes that it would have, like the dark mode and the light mode. And also you can understand how the design principles works here. Okay. Next would be a portfolio design, creating a design for your entire portfolio if you are someone who is into UI UX designing. The next would be a case study for an e-commerce app. Analyze and improve user experience. Okay. Here, what you can do is, here the main important thing is to have the design principles understood very clearly so that you can understand how the user experience can be enhanced a bit more so that they can obviously visit the website more. Next is a restaurant management or restaurant menu app UI to create an intuitive order experience. Like if you see on the mobile applications like Zomato and Swiggy, they have a certain kind of flow. If you click on the order that you want, you can obviously go to the restaurant that gives that order. You can select that order, and it's kind of having a experience. You can have a seamless experience. So this is how you can understand how you can actually go into the minds of people and understand what kind of experience makes their experience much better while going through any kind of mobile application. Next would be a dashboard UI UX design to visualize data elegantly. Okay, so this is one of the most important things that any kind of, usually developers also look like, or many businesses look like. Different businesses have different kinds of dashboard. If you are a content creator, you can see you have a YouTube dashboard where you can see the analytics for YouTube. If you are a blogger who writes on Hashnode, Hashnode has its own dashboard. Okay, so this is how you can also create your own design for dashboard, and you can also like have your own creativity put in. Okay, the next would be an advanced topics wherein you can have a user research on app prototype, dig deep into the user behavior. This is like for the UI UX. If you see, you have to start from the design principles, like from the fundamentals, then to the moderate, and then to the deep dive. So these all topics are mostly into the design principles, but we are going deeper, deeper, and deeper. Next is to design system for a web application to establish a consistent design language. Okay, and then interactive prototypes for web app. Bring your ideas to life with clickable demos. Here, what you can do is, here you can integrate Figma, and you can also create your own prototype to see how the particular user experience would look like to the user, wherein you can actually click on buttons and it can redirect to a different page or redirect to a different component. Next, we have something on app development. App development is also one of the trending topics right now. So first, you can go for obviously a basic calculator project to sharpen your coding skills and create logics like 1 plus 1 equals to 2, 2 plus 2 equals to 4, and all those things, just to sharpen your coding skills and sharpen your logical skills. Next, weather app. Using an API, Open Weather API, you can obviously create a weather app to fetch and display the real-time weather data for a particular location. And you can also make it dynamic by allowing the user to put up the location and get the data for that location. Next, note taking app to organize thoughts and ideas digitally. Here, you can integrate a backend to store the data into the database and understand how the data is being flown. Next, for an intermediate level, fitness tracker with GPS, how to manage health, and you can also manage the location data to get the location in real time and to see how much you have like run for a particular day or how much you have worked for a particular day. Next, chat app with Firebase, building real-time communication using Firebase. Firebase is actually one of the good or one of the pretty good databases that I have been using, and it supports a lot of things. And so yeah, you can use a chat application with Firebase as well. Next, a task manager with push notifications. Keep the users on the top of the day. You can also create a project talking about push notifications, wherein if there is any new news coming out for, let's say you are taking from Y Combinator Hacker News API. If there is a new news coming out, you can send a push notification to the user like, yeah, this is the news that has been published recently. Now going with the advanced topics, first would be an AR shopping app, blending reality with digital shopping experience. Now talking about an example, if you see on, let's say, Amazon, it has a feature wherein you can actually see the product in reality on your desktop. It's using the AI technologies, so you can also help and create these kind of technologies for your own businesses. Next would be an AI powered virtual assistant to create a personal helper with smart responses. I don't think here I can explain anything more. It's just self-explanatory. Next, ride sharing app like Uber, develop a scalable transportation solution. Now, why did I put this particular project is because when I usually also travel by Uber, I have seen that it follows a certain kind of algorithm. Like you get the drivers which are near your location. So how does that particular thing work? How does that logic is been created? How is the algorithm been developed for that particular application? So this is how you can also create your own ride sharing app like Uber. Last one that we have is web development. Don't worry, web developers, I have got you covered. Here, the first one would be a recipe sharing website to connect food enthusiasts online, wherein you can kind of have a blogging platform, but customized or personalized to the recipes that users can create the recipes and share with others. Next, people can also make projects wherein you can have an image gallery with Lightbox, ImageKit, or Cloudinary. You can showcase your virtual content beautifully. Here, it's just like an image gallery, but rather than storing the data into the database, you can obviously store into cloud platforms like ImageKit, Cloudinary, and Lightbox. Next, budget tracker app. Manage finances with ease. I think this is one of the apps that many of the people look for where they are kind of away from the family, living alone, just like me. And to get an idea of what kind of money they are spending at which different parts of their life, like let's say in the traveling, in the food, in the rent of their houses and all those things. In the intermediate level, we have a job portal with resume upload, wherein you can actually upload your resume. You can have AI integrated to that so that it can give you an ATS score, and also create a job portal wherein it can basically bridge the gap between the talent and the opportunities. URL shortener. You can create a handy tool for the digital age, because what happens usually is when you are trying to send any kind of website URL to your friend, it's like a big one if you share it on WhatsApp. So you can create your own URL shortener wherein it can give you a shortened URL, and you can directly redirect it with the given URL that you wanted. Next, this is a personal project that I am also currently working upon. Gen AI README creator for GitHub repository. Automate documentation with AI Flare, not AI Flare, AI integration. Here, what the basic idea of this project is that many of our times what happens is that we want to create a README file for that project, like let's say documentation. but we are sometimes people are lazy, like why do you want to create and why what do you want to go to this kind of things. So what you do here is just give up the GitHub repository for which you want to create the documentation. What AI will do is scan through the entire repository and then return you the documentation in the markdown format. Now, for the advanced ones, you can create an AI resume creator, craft resumes that stand out using AI. Here, you can pass up the job description, job name, and the company that it is. And based on that, it will just create an AI based resume for you. Obviously, you can also change the things that you want to change, but it can also help you create different kind of personalized resumes based on the job descriptions for every job application that you apply. This one is a very sleek project that I think is the iPad calculator. Recently, when Apple announced its new updates, I guess it announced last year, I'm very late, but one particular thing that they announced was the iPad calculator, wherein if you just write 4 plus 5 into the notes, it will automatically calculate and return you the uh, response for that, like 4 plus 5 equals 9. So how does it that do? How does that canvas works? How does that canvas attribute in HTML works to get that data and integrate with AI and give you the response? This is one thing that it's super crazy project, and if you are able to crack it, bro, you are like great. Next would be a multi-tenant SaaS application building a robust platform for multiple users. Now, this SaaS application could be any kind of application. This SaaS application could be a application, let's say the one that we create for Find My Notes, but it will have a platform where you can actually get a lot of users simultaneously working, and it should be a robust platform. It should not be a platform wherein it's like if there are 5 users who are trying to log in simultaneously, it just crashes. So you have to build a robust platform, use different kind of tools, use different kind of libraries that can support you these kind of platforms. So which project is going to be a game changer? Let me know in the comment section. And one more thing, I'll be mentioning all about these projects in the Excel sheet given below in the comment section. Click on those projects, click on the Excel sheet so that you can understand which project do you want, and you can obviously start with the projects. And if you need any idea on what should be the flow of that project and what should be the way it should start, do let us know in the comment section. We can also create a video on that. Okay. And one more thing I'd like to say, like while some may think final projects are just like academic exercises, no, this is completely wrong. It's just a catalyst that can help you transform your ideas into reality, and also help and increase the chances for your career growth. Thank you for watching, and I am sure that you will be able to create incredible projects. And also let us know in the comment section that what kind of projects are you really want to create. And yeah, this was it for the video. If you like the video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And see you in the next one. Until then, bye bye.